and alone. Help me make it through the night, 'cause I don't like myself anymore. I guess I'm just not interesting. I have no personality. I met a guy with cancer, and he felt sorry for me. I've never been a social guy. I'm always making children cry. I guess that's just the way it's meant to be. Help me make it out of bed, 'cause I am scared and sad. Help me make it through the day, 'cause there's nothing out there for me anymore. 'Cause I'm always coming in last place and getting dirt kicked in my face, and everyone pushes ahead of me and no one stops to care. And I curse the gods each day in vain for giving me this life of pain, when all I really need's a little hug. Help me make it through the night, 'cause I am tired and alone. Help me make it through the night, 'cause I don't like myself.
Testing, 1, 2, 3, check, 1, 2. Testing, checking the mic. Checking the mic. Test, 1. Help. Help. Hello everybody and welcome to Henry's Kitchen, where today we're going to be making Henry's fucking Veggieducken. Excuse the language there, but this is a recipe that was invented by Dan Pashman in the late 2008s, and it's since been a alternative to meat-based Thanksgiving dinners for the last 15 years in urban areas. And I don't necessarily want to go all vegan on your ass or whatever, but I'm basically, I think it's important to teach all different types of cooking, and veganism is becoming more popular. And maybe this is something that you can make and bring to your family. and surprise them with, you know. Guitar Doodles says, cool shirt, dude. Thanks. Yeah, I generally am not someone who's that interested in fashion, but lately I've had this sort of resurgence of energy, and I'm thinking maybe I'll go ahead and, you know, give this whole life thing a shot. Moofamancy says, Henry, you look exceptionally good today. Maybe it's the shirt. Wow, thank you very much. I don't know what brand it is. I'd have to take it off to see, but I don't want to do that. So anyway, I hope you have your coffee. Can you hear me okay? Help! Help! Okay. I want to talk a little bit about this recipe. It's not going to be easy. As you can see, I've got an extra camera set up. I've got all kinds of shit, you know. I've got not only this stuff, but I've got a food processor that I'm not sure if you can see or not, but this is going to be a lot of work. A lot of people think that when you're making Thanksgiving dinner that it's going to be some kind of fun thing with your family or whatever. This is not that. This is going to be, for lack of a better word, a pain in the ass. But we're going to do it. You know, it needs to get done by somebody, and unfortunately, chefs or cooks or whatever you want to call us are the ones who have to do it. So first thing we're going to do before we get too far in, Shiny Lizard just subscribed. Thanks Shiny Lizard. And Owl Eye subscribed as well, resubscribed. Thank you very much for that. First things first, we're going to take care of preheating the oven to 350 degrees. Very important also to remove anything that's in the oven ahead of time. And I have a lot. You can just put that anywhere. Let's talk a little bit about the Veggieducken. Beautiful Jen just resubscribed. Thanks, Beautiful Jen. I'm going to try to get more volume on here. See if you guys have any question. Microsoft XL says, I'm not a vegan, but I'm a freegan. Meaning I only eat free food. Any recipes for me? Well, you're in luck, Microsoft XL, because most vegan food can be obtained for free. I remember in my early 20s when I was a starving student, the best people in my life were the Hare Krishnas, because they would make their vegan food that was made out of potatoes and curry, and they would hand it out to people that didn't have any money like myself, and that's where I discovered a taste for vegan food. Potatoes and curry is a great dish, but it was free. I think that what I found out later was that their reasoning was that if they give you free food, then you might join their cult or whatever. And I didn't wind up doing that, but I definitely got a lot of good free food. So Microsoft XL, you're in luck. If you're a freegan, which I've never heard that term, but I believe you that it's a term. That's very exciting. Everyone type Forson says, I recently lost my job as a drill instructor. Who knew you weren't supposed to beat your privates in public? Okay, so everyone type Forson has a lot of problems with holding down a job, it looks like. And apparently, I don't know if you can beat your privates. I think you could probably reprimand them. But I don't know if you're allowed to physically assault them. So I would be careful with that in future employment opportunities that you have. Utvol14 says, is this recipe okay for a beginner chef to make? Yeah. As a matter of fact, if you look here, I'm not lying, it says level easy right there. So it's going to be easy, supposedly. It's going to be a lot of work, though, because we have a lot of stuff here. I want to thank a couple of people here. Yup Eric, resubscribed. B Chickens, Egg Doctor. Okay. Beautiful Jen, resubscribed. And Jabber, just resubscribed. Thank you, everybody. Let's see here. Everyone Type Forsen asks, I recently lost my job as a drill instructor. Oh, okay. Well, that's the one we already... Well, they said it twice, I guess. Kiroslavia says, what does those symbols between the FU and the kin means? I still am not completely sure about the policies here on Twitch as a platform, if they're okay with language. Look, when you're in the kitchen, there's going to be bad language. If you've ever watched Gordon Ramsay or Rachel Ray or any of these people, they use foul language all the time in the kitchen. There's just no way to avoid it. It's like asking a soldier in the foxhole or whatever to try to keep their language down to a minimum. I mean, it's not reasonable, and that's the way that the kitchen is as well. So it's called Henry's fucking Veggieducken, and it's supposed to be kind of a play on words on the word duckin because it rhymes. But I didn't know if it's okay to title something like that on Twitch, so I use those symbols, which I think I've seen that before. When you're reading a comic book, they'll have symbols to represent foul language. Giraffe Guy says, bit of a policy on Twitch, language is excused as long as it's in the kitchen setting. Okay, that's good to know, because we definitely are in the kitchen. Sir Goose says, yeah, fucking duckin'. Pogsoy says, what the fuck? Wait, it scrolled past. Pogsoy says, what does fuck mean, Henry? It can mean thousands of things. Code Dev Dave says, I support our troops even if they say foul language. Yep, and they probably do, and I support you as well. I support the troops. I don't know, you might be a troop too, I don't know. Honk Vidya, that is a wonderful shirt. Thank you. If you're just joining us, we're making Henry's fucking Veggieducken. Archmage Kale says, my 4-year-old niece was watching with me and now she keeps saying fucking over and over again. Thanks, Henry. Well, yeah, that's probably problematic. Bruce Lee, I noticed your title has censored words in it. Please clarify. We just did that. We just talked about that. Maybe you just joined. Maybe, if you want, maybe you can back up the VOD at some point and take a look. Mr. Vade says, has Moon Moon told you why everything calls him Ospie? There's a term there that I wasn't able to... The Yaminator, if I don't eat vegetables, can I use meat or other objects instead? No. No. Not for this meal. You can't replace... You can go the other way. You can replace meat with veggies, but you can't replace veggies with meat. It just doesn't work that way. Ayui says she was going to learn sooner or later anyway. Probably talking about Archmage Kale's niece. Maybe, okay, Friendly Dad says maybe you could have named it Henry's Cluckin' Veggieducken instead. I could have, but there's no cluck. This is, again, this is vegetarian, so a cluck would be referring to like a chicken or a turkey or something, or a duck. I don't know if a duck clucks. I could have called it Henry's Fake Cluckin' Veggieducken, but then it's just too long. But I do appreciate that that suggestion. It wasn't a good one, but it was it was a suggestion nonetheless, and I do appreciate that. Friendly Dad says, so by that logic, there's fucking in the veggie. Oh, yeah, okay. Well, again, that word fucking, and I don't want to turn the whole stream into that word, but that word can mean a variety of different things. In this case, I guess it would be an adjective. There's a lot of different types of Veggieducken. This is a fucking Veggieducken. Okay. So, Guitar Doodles says, new camera, you look clear and crisp. That's very cool to hear, although it's not a new camera, but it is a new shirt. So maybe the shirt is offsetting some of the dullness that was happening in the frame previously. But anyway, okay. I want to talk to you a little bit about this thing called the Veggieducken. Roast beef is currently in the closet. My cat roast beef. Okay. Thanks, Martian Canine just resubscribed for 3 months. Thank you for doing that. I'm going to turn this down a little bit. Roast beef is very, what's the word? Lethargic, not showing a lot of energy, and so I'm just letting him sleep in the closet. He'll hopefully come out to join us because I want to play a little bit of Stray later to pick up where we left off. But he's okay. It's just that I can't really set up a roast beef cam in the closet because it's too dark in there. And he's just sort of buried in a lot of clothes and stuff. But I know roast beef is a big hit. So, you know. Astro Wrath the Grim says, did you feed him his tender victuals? Yeah, I'm always feeding him. So I don't think that's the problem. But anyway, hopefully we'll see from him in a little bit. Okay, let's talk about the Veggieducken. There's no shame in not eating turkey at Thanksgiving or ham at Christmas. That is, when you have butternut squash, Veggieducken, or banana squash for that matter. This vegetable stunner of an entree is an entirely meatless take on turducken with butternut squash, eggplant, zucchini. We don't have any of that stuff in here. An added bonus, the cheesy mushroom stuffing. Okay, that's a different recipe, so I'm going to skip forward. As early as 1882, when a recipe for stuffed squash was published in the Successful Housekeeper book, folks have scooped out the middle of squashes and filled them with a soft, delicious stuffing. Probably long before that, too. But the idea of stuffing more vegetables, whole vegetables, that you thought were impossible into a squash, didn't come to fruition until 2012. Game Master Flash just gifted 5 subs. Thanks, Game Master Flash. 2012, when Dan Pashman, that's going to be an important name. Dan Pashman, the host of WNYC's The Sporkful and the cooking channel's You're Eating It Wrong, created the Veggieducken. Pashman took a cue from the turducken, the outrageous New Orleans dish of a whole turkey stuffed with a duck that's been stuffed with a chicken. And the rest was stuffed vegetable history. The idea of a food for vegetarians that's over the top immediately gets people's attention, explains Pashman. Okay, so this is going to get people's attention. If you show up to Thanksgiving dinner with one of these stuffed with veggies, they're going to just go, what? So, Raziel's Lament said, is there a vegan version of this recipe for those of us that are on the paleo diet? I'm not sure. Wait, No, this is a vegan recipe. So this would be the vegan version of that recipe. Sebek says, so this is vegan free. No, it's vegan. It's not vegan free. I have made dishes like my chicken and egg pizza, which was vegan free, meaning that it wasn't vegan. But this is definitely vegan, and it is free if you get it from the Hare Krishnas. Couple other questions. Jabber says, does this recipe have vegans in it? Vegans are actually people who don't eat meat. So there's no vegan people in it. But What the Duck says, hey Henry, I live in Asia, so I don't have access rare ingredients such as tofu or soy sauce. I only have a turkey and duck meat. They were vegan when they were alive. Does it count? So I guess what you're saying is that the duck and the turkey were vegans, so does that make it a vegan dish? I don't think so. I know where you're going with that, but I really don't think so. Everyone Type Forson says, I think I once had this dish at a restaurant near Lake Titicaca. I think, is that near New York? Okay. J. Lisa Butt just subscribed. Archmage Kale, hey, I'm a Hassan sub. I'm looking for a vegan, gluten-free, calorie-free, fiber-free, sodium-free recipe. Is this a recipe for me? I think it is. Jackie Chun says, I hate my work and I want to cook and eat something that smells very bad at work. Any ideas? Yeah, well, we've made a couple of those. Anything with corn syrup is going to smell terrible. And it's also going to burn people's fingers and stop up the plumbing. So I would recommend maybe making, that dish that we did with the corn syrup. I'm sorry, I'm laughing thinking if you made candy corns at your work, that would be a big fucking mess. And that could achieve whatever it is that you're trying to do there. Original Pancake just resubscribed. Thank you. Okay. So let's take a look at some of our ingredients here. We have here 6 cloves of garlic. Actually, I don't, yeah. We have our garlic there. We have 1 large yellow onion. It's not really yellow, it's more brownish. 3 red bell peppers. That we're going to have to get out of... Yeah, we're going to use our yellow hot chili pepper that we used for our last dish. We have our olive oil. We have 2 cups. We don't have parsley, but we're going to use rosemary pricks instead for our herbs. 1 cup fresh sage. We don't have sage, but again, we're going to use the rosemary pricks. Rosemary pricks are extremely potent, so they'll basically take care of 2 herbs. Also 2 tablespoons of thyme. We don't have that, but we'll use our rosemary pricks. We'll just use more of them. 4 cups of bread crumbs we have. Half a cup of vegetable broth. 1.5 tablespoons kosher salt. So you always want to have your salt and pepper at the ready. And I'll put it here so it fills up that empty space there. And 1 teaspoon ground black pepper. We've got there. 2 yams. So those would be our yams. We've got 1 of these. This is actually a I think this is a part of a leg for a chair. That doesn't have anything to do with what we're doing here. 3 medium leeks. I've never really known much about leeks, but they look like they're similar to celery. And 1 banana squash. This is the star of our show, the banana squash. I couldn't find a banana squash, but I found a what's called a butternut squash. I don't know what kind of person came up with butternut for the name of their squash, but Hunted Spam, did you know turkey is actually just a large chicken? I did not know that, but that's very interesting. Yuri Tarded just subscribed. Thanks, Yuri. Jacoby, male fertility symbol. Oh, maybe you're talking about the leg, the chair leg that I had. Okay, so this is moderate size, and this is going to be good for just, you know, if you live by yourself with your cat, this is going to be plenty, and you're going to have leftovers. If you want to cook for an entire family, you'll want to use the banana squash, which is huge. You might have seen it in my intro. That's a banana squash. And okay, well, we've got a lot of work to do. Okay. Sniper 2784, do you have any coffee? Yep, I've got my coffee. Thanks. Extraterrestrials has resubscribed. Thanks, Extraterrestrials. And yeah, so let's see what the hell's going on here. Oh, maybe we'll just, before we get started, we can do a little bit of, just show you a little bit of the the new Henry's Kitchen game, which is starting to get a little bit of heat. I notice a lot of you guys are playing it because there's some serious high scores going on there. I don't know how you do it, but so the website is markcohen.net/ants, and that's Mark Cohen, who brought us the previous peanut butter and jelly sandwiches game. But let's go ahead here and whoops. Okay, so this is the ants. So you push kill ants. Okay, so that's me, and this is based on a real story where I actually was killing ants that I had in my kitchen. And what you want to do is you want to kick as many, or stomp on as many of the black ants as possible. If you get hit by a red ant, you only get that 3 times and then you die. You get poisoned. Oh, see, there's one. You can see the counter over there. Sometimes you can... Oh, no. So, yeah, I'm not doing very well here. I think it's because I'm so busy trying to explain. I have 21, but there's some people that have had like 250 or something. The red ants can hit your head, but not your feet.
Okay.
Oh, see? All right, so you can look at some of the scores here. They don't seem to be in order, but there's some pretty amazing ones here. Forsen got 777, so that's pretty cool. I'm going to try it one more time here. If you turn the ants into dogs, I know a perfect Baldy who would love this game. That's Oaken Wolf. Okay, I don't understand that, but maybe. Okay, here we go. Let's do this for real. Okay.
Help.
Oh no. Alright, I'm doing very badly. I'm feeling pretty bad about myself right now in terms of as a gamer. I haven't really played it very much. Thank goodness I'm a good cook. Otherwise I'd probably have no self-esteem whatsoever. Alright, 35, that's pretty good.
Help.
Okay, that's it. Alright, well, that's enough of the Henry's Kitchen game there. Okay. We'll turn off the remote now. By the way, does anybody know how often you have to change the batteries on these game remotes? Because I haven't had to change mine in probably since the couple of months that I've got it. And I'm worried it's going to go out while I'm playing a game, which would be devastating. But anyway, Bad Doge says it will tell you when you need to change it. Oh, that's good. Oh, Pardo says you just buy a new controller. Okay. It seems like that would get expensive. And on 140 every 2 hours. Wow, there's a lot of different, there's a variety of answers here. Okay. Well, we got a lot of work to do. I guess I'm kind of putting it off by doing all this chatting, but at some point the work needs to get done. So we've already done step 1, which is preheat the oven at 350 degrees. Next, we're going to pulse the garlic and the onions in a food processor 6 to 8 times. We're going to push everything down. Okay, so it looks like they're going to start right out with the veggies. So let me get a this thing. Gonna get this thing out of our view here a little bit, and maybe we'll close in a little bit, and let's start working with our onion. I always recommend that you use onion goggles. Beelzebub just gifted a tier 1 sub to Hakam Chibi. Thank you, Beelzebub. Let's put on our onion goggles and let's go ahead and start cutting our onion. We're going to need a knife. Which I have somewhere. This thing should probably do. You want to make sure you know which part's the sharp side. Pretty sure it's this side. So here we go. Start by cutting it in half. And what did the it said we want 1 large yellow onion roughly chopped. All right, well, I'm good at chopping it roughly. Oh boy, this thing does not want to cut. Just my luck. Son of a bitch. I think I'm going to use something else. Let's go ahead and peel this. These goggles are coming in very handy because I can tell. Husky Boyo just resubscribed. Husky Boyo has a great channel as well. Husky Boyo does drawings and drinks beer, and sometimes I'll drink beer and watch him draw. And we're talking about doing a Henry's Kitchen some kind of a drawing. So I think that would be cool. Thanks for resubscribing, Husky Boyo. And let's see here. If you're just joining us, we are making Henry's fucking Veggieducken. Try to cut off this hairy part at the end of your onion. Ugh. They do not make it easy. But you know what? The good news is you don't have to use the whole onion, just most of it. Alright, so let's get rid of that. By the way, I've been doing a lot of cleanup, so I'm gonna have to start figuring out a way to do a little bit less of a mess when I'm doing these things. Unfortunately, I think that the onion is penetrating my onion goggles because I'm getting a little teary-eyed. The tears when you're cutting onions come from something called the lacrimatory response, and it's a natural defense of the onion to keep it from being eaten, which doesn't work obviously, but it does cause people to have tears in their eyes when they're cooking on a Saturday night by themselves while they're watching Columbo with their cat. Boy, this is really bad, you guys. But you know what? We're gonna have to fight through it. Fuck. Alright. I have to step away for a second here. Oh, maybe it's a particular type of onion that's very potent. Whew. Actually, I took off the goggles and it sort of got a little better. But let's go ahead and throw these onions into our food processor. Food processor, this is going to be, most certainly this is the hardest working piece of equipment, not only in your kitchen but in your life. This thing is amazing. So let's take our onions and just pour them into this thing. And it said it also wanted, it said roughly chopped, so you know these are pretty roughly chopped, I'd say. It also wanted our garlic, so let's get, it wants 6 cloves of garlic, which is a lot. I'm going to use our cutting tool here. Vegans in general like to use a lot of garlic because it's flavorful and it's going to take care of a lot of the deficit of flavor that you have from not using meat products. And it's a pretty good technique. I've found on the whole that vegans are very friendly people. You just don't want to startle them or have them feel like you're invading their territory, because they could go into something called a fight or flight response and either attack you or do something unpredictable. But for the most part, they're very friendly. Okay. So I think since this is such a pain in the ass, I'm only going to do like 3 of these. And also, we're doing kind of a scaled down version anyway. When you're dealing with only vegetables, you don't have to worry quite as much about proportions. So I'm going to use our garlic press, this thing here. And so what you want to do is you want to just put all of your garlic into this and fold it up, and then just simply pour it in there. That's very fragrant. Okay, and let's take a look here. It says, pulse the garlic and the onions 6 to 8 times. Push everything down from the sides of the work bowl using a rubber. I should have a rubber spatula somewhere. Oh yeah. Okay, here we go, guys. We're going to use the food processor, if I can find the top for it. Where's the top? Okay, here it is. So it wants to pulse. Six to 8 times. add this to the onion mixture. Thanks, MM. Wait, I missed that one here. MM Newbie just gifted a tier 1 sub to We Can Hear You on Stream. That's great. Okay. Let's take this along with our I overpulsed it and I kind of liquefied it, which is a problem. And it's not the first time that I've done that, and I know I'm going to kick myself for doing that. But, you know, there's going to be times in the kitchen where you don't do things the way that you wanted to. And for me, it's probably half the time. But whatever. The Jell-O shots we did the other day came out really good. I still have some, I believe. Okay, so add that. Heat a quarter of olive oil in a saute pan over a medium heat. Okay, let's take a little break. The onions are starting to get to me. We do have some song requests. I also have to do a little bit different setup here. The good news is we're done with the food processor. So let's get that out of here. Boy, that onion really did do a number on my lacrimatory organ or whatever. What's happening here? Okay. So there was a request a while back. A couple of people, Beelzebub, who's one of our moderators, but also someone named Rat, said that they like anything from Tom Waits. And I like Tom Waits a lot. Check, can you hear me? Help. I think it can be louder. Test. Test. Help. 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 Check. I don't know why it's so quiet. It's out of tune. Cake 7 gifted Kane 558 in Roman numerals, a sub. This is one of those things. I think the guitar players out there can relate here. I did that thing where you pick one string to tune all the rest of them to, and it turns out the one I was tuning it to was the one that was wrong. So Cringeosaurus Rex just gifted a tier sub to Mating Season Again. Okay, it'll be something like that, but let's see if we can do this song here. It's very nice song from Tom Waits that came out somewhere near 1989, maybe 91, 92. And I'm going to do the best I can with it. I like the song a lot, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it very well. But it's called Hold On, and it's got a lot of lyrics here, but it's a very beautiful song. Well, they hung a sign up in our town. If you live it up, you won't live it down. So she left Monte Rio, son, just like a bullet leaves a gun. With her charcoal eyes and Monroe hips, she went and took that California trip. Oh, the moon was gold and her hair like wind. Said, don't look back, just come on, Jim. Oh, you got to hold on, hold on. You gotta hold on, take my hand. Standing right here, you gotta hold on. I messed that part up. Well, he gave her a dime store watch and a ring made from a spoon. Everyone's looking for someone to blame. When you share my bed, you share my name. Well, go ahead and call the cops. You don't meet nice girls in coffee shops. She said, baby, I still love you. Sometimes there's nothing left to do. Oh, but you've got to hold on, hold on. Baby, you gotta hold on, take my hand. Standing right here, you gotta hold on. Well, God bless your crooked little heart. St. Louis got the best of me. I miss your broken China voice. How I wish that you were here with me. You build it up, you wreck it down. Then you burn your mansion to the ground. Oh, there's nothing left to keep you here. But when you're falling behind this big blue world, oh, you've got to hold on, hold on. Baby, gotta hold on, take my hand. Standing right here, you gotta hold on. There's about 35 more verses here, so I think I'm just gonna cut to the end here and do the chorus. When it's cold and there's no music, oh, your old hometown so far away. But inside your head there's a record playing, a song called Hold On, Hold On. Baby, you gotta hold on, take my hand. Standing right here, you gotta hold on. You got to hold on, hold on. Baby, you gotta hold on, take my hand. Standing right here, you gotta hold on. A lot of lyrics in that song. I don't know what most of them are about, but I think it's a beautiful song. It's more beautiful when he does it. But while I have the guitar here, why don't we do a little bit of a thank you to a lot of the people who have been helping me here on Henry's Kitchen. Among them are our only VIP. Oh, Sharkabubba Kiki just resubscribed. Also, Cringeosaurus Rex. Okay. Quanto, who even on his European honeymoon found the time to check in with the Henry's Kitchen stream when we were really just squirming roadkill, bleeding with technical problems. And Quanto probably left a beautiful honeymoon Greek meal or something to come over, and maybe went to some private place like the bathroom or whatever and logged in and literally saved the day by giving a technical thing that changed everything, and then we were able to continue with the stream. So that's when I gave Quanto VIP status. And also there's been some strange things here. Hot Bear 1110, I don't know where. I've been saying Hottest Bear, and I don't know where I got that. If I'm mixing you up with a different user from the beginning, or if it's possible to change a name. But anyway, I've been saying that wrong, so I feel bad. And also, Dagoggle is Dagoggle and not Dagoggy, which I've been saying. It's sometimes the font of an L looks very similar to the I. So that's what happened there. So without further ado, I'm going to say thank you in a song. And also, I've been leaving out Shane Yes and Beelzebub, who are also moderators. So I apologize for that. And Fakan says I should just keep it at Dagagi. But no, I want to get the names right. Dagago is not bad. Okay. This is to the tune of a song that was requested a few weeks ago by Roger Miller. It's a country song, so if you like country, maybe this is the song for you, but I'm going to use the tune to say thank you. Fawkin and Dingo Bop, Don Leaf and Hot Bear 11110. See that? It's harder to say. Do Dingle and Dogoggle, Dr. Flanges and Bacchus, and also Shane, yes, Beelzebub, Daisy Blossom and Sir Doom, Bumble Vision and the LGX, Pilskman Millen 95. And thanks to the big streamers who've spread the word, Nim Forsen and Moon Moon, XQC and Amaru, Espon and Bonnie Rabbit too, and don't forget Quanto. There you go. So those are the people that have contributed here, and it's been a little over a year since I did Nim's broadcast where I taught him how to make a peanut butter jelly sandwich, and here we are a year later with the Henry's Kitchen channel. Uh-oh, I think I hear my cat roast beef getting up here. But I think it was Tom Waits who once said that if you don't thank people, then you're a piece of shit. No, I don't think he said that, but he might have. But What the Duck says, it's already been a year. Yeah, time goes fast. It really does. All right, I'm going to get my hot plate. Yeah. Maybe in the meantime, you can take a look at roast beef here. Yeah, no, he's moving around, and that's not going to work. Hold on a second. Sorry this is taking so long. Okay, you can still hear me. Hello. Let's check in on roast beef, the cat here. He's eating at the moment, which is not uncommon. But I'm going to use this opportunity to get my hot plate out. I told you that today was going to be a pain in the ass. And I was not wrong. Okay. Let's, we're going to set up this thing here, which is a convection hot plate or conduction. I don't know the difference, but let's put it into view here. I don't think you want to have anything touching this thing. I'm going to zoom out. Okay, we're going to get a, it says that we want a skillet, and this isn't really a skillet, but this is a saute pan. I've often been quoted as saying that if you have a good saute pan, you really don't need someone to share your life with. And I still hold by that. Or stand by that, or whatever. Let's get back into the grind here. We're going to heat 1/4 cup of olive oil in a large saute pan over medium heat. 1/4 cup, we can do that. I have 1/3 cup. Alexa, what is a quarter? Wait. How would I phrase that?
In the United States quarter is 25 U.S.
Alexa, volume 8. Alexa, how many third of a cups are 1/4 of a cup?
According to an Alexa Answers contributor, dealing with the fractions, 1/4 of 1/3 is 1/4 times 3, or 1/12. So, 1/4 of 1/3 cup is 1/12 of a cup. As a cup is 8 ounces, 1/12 of 8 ounces is 2/3 of an ounce. On the metric side of your measuring cup, that would be just under 20 milliliters.
Okay, so 20 millimeters. So that's roughly 3/4 of a third of a cup. So let's heat this on a medium heat. That's good, so you can see that now. Let's turn this on. Medium, I'm gonna go medium high. Get our olive oil going. Vegans love olive oil. I think everybody loves olive oil. Oh, that's right. If I take it off the thing, then it stops working. Do a quick check in on roast beef here. Uh-oh. Seems to have moved to a different location, which is not surprising. Okay, let's, so we've got our olive oil cooking, heating. Liz Wiz 0 says, good morning, afternoon, good evening, everyone. Shall we? Yes, we shall. We shall indeed. We're making Veggieducken. Welcome, no matter where you are coming from. All right, heat 1/4 of a cup of olive oil in a large saute pan. Add the onion mixture, including any liquid, in the bottom of the bowl, and cook, stirring often until softened, about 5 minutes. Okay, so let's go ahead and do some of that now. We've got our onion mixture here, and I'm simply going to pour this in here. Now, in the earlier days of my cat roast beef going into dementia mode, I was very worried when I heard him screaming. But I've talked to the vet a lot, and they said that there's a combination of two things happening. One, his hearing is bad, so he can't hear himself meow, so a lot of times he screams it out loud to hear himself, which makes sense, right? And then the other thing is that similar to how our muscles in our arms and legs start to deteriorate after time, the same thing's happening with roast beef's brain. We'll get a shot of him now. The muscles in roast beef's brain are not really working as correctly as they did in his earlier times. So a lot of times he'll get this kind of feeling where of panic for no reason, but then he'll be fine right after, as you can see. So, all right. Well, this is a little potent. Our onion mixture. Let's see what we've got going next. Add the parsley, sage, and thyme. Again, we're just going to be using rosemary prigs. I might need my goggles. In fact, it's getting kind of smoky in here. I'm going to open the door. Very smoky. Okay, transfer to a large... Oh, add the parsley and the sage and the thyme to the food processor. Pulse. Okay, it wants the food processor again. We're not going to do that. And cook. Sorry, this is very complicated. Add the onion mixture, which we've done. Stir often, which I'm doing. And cook for 5 minutes. Remove from heat. Add the rosemary pricks. Pulse. Then we're going to add the breadcrumbs, the broth, and the onion mixture and stir it to combine. Whew. They're blowing my mind with this. Let's go ahead and just put in some rosemary pricks. Basically what we're doing is we're making Thanksgiving Day stuffing. This is a little trick that I've learned. If you go the opposite way with your rosemary pricks, you can sort of spread them around that way. You don't want to get that stem in there. Okay, this is smelling very much. Okay. There's that, and we're going to add in, it says, our breadcrumbs, of which we have 4 cups of breadcrumbs. That's a lot. I don't know if we're going to put that many. I have a half a cup, so I'm going to put 4 half a cups of breadcrumbs. Is anybody counting how many I did? I wanted to do 4. I think that was 4. Okay. So, you know, a lot of this stuff is pretty loose anyway. We also want to add in the broth, and of broth we want half a cup. So, I don't know, we've been dividing a lot of this stuff. So I might just fill this maybe more like halfway. Okay, now let's stir this up. Our next order of business here is salt and pepper, the remaining olive oil. Let's put the salt. You want to be generous with the salt. Most dishes you'll find that if for whatever reason they went wrong, as long as you have enough salt. Uh-oh, we've got a roast beef situation here. Oh, okay. Sometimes he gets a little worried about getting smoke in his eyes or whatever. Or he, not worried, but he has problems. See if there's any questions going on. Affian says, will any kind of prick work? Well, rosemaries are the only ones that I think they call pricks. Other things, there's like dill stems, cumin seeds, pampika vines, I think. Aaron Eli says, get roast beef some goggles. Oh, I'm glad that you brought that up, actually, because we've got a very exciting thing coming up. I ordered a very special thing for roast beef that I'm going to have them wear, but I don't have it yet. Should I really use dill, though? Super Pappy Pig says. That's a good question. Erotica Reading Rabbi says, any reason you're bowing to big spice and not just using allspice? Obligatory fuck big spice. No, I know what you mean. But these are herbs that we're talking about, not spices. But they're very similar, and if they could come up with something called all herbs, that would cover everything, and that would be fantastic. Okay, there's our stuffing. It looks really good. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn this off. Okay, and we're going to pour this into our bowl. Going to add breadcrumbs. Okay. Jeez, this thing is such a... This is probably one of the hardest dishes that I've ever had to make here. But okay, basically we're going to be... Seaman Milker, just subscribe. Thank you, Seaman Milker. Let's start pouring this stuffing into our work bowl here, because we're gonna need that. A lot of this seems to have stuck into the bottom of the pan, which is unfortunate because we lose a lot that way. But I don't think that, I mean, this is mostly what I'm doing here today is for demonstration purposes so that you guys can do it at home. There's probably a lot more people that cook the Veggieducken than eat it. It'd be interesting to see that statistic, actually. We're getting there. Okay. I might be able to scrape a little more of this stuff. So I think a lot of times during the holidays, we get so caught up in the music and the happy sort of decorations and the laughter and the giving and presents and everything that sometimes we really do lose sight of what I think is an underlying reality, that when you really think about it, the world is just a shitty place. And I don't want to bring anybody down or anything, but I think it's important to during the holidays to look at both sides of that. Okay, so this is done. I don't think I need the goggles anymore. Breadcrumbs we've done. Okay, wrap your yams in several layers of damp paper towel and microwave on 2 minutes. Let's cook enough to handle. Or no, let cool. Let something until it's cool enough to handle. I know what they mean. Okay, so we've got our yams. It wants this in a damp paper towel. And we're going to use the awesome microwave that was donated to us because during Halloween time, because that other microwave was haunted, although I gave it to the Goodwill. But that was donated to us by Too Much Junk Food, and Jolly Austin 1, I believe, is the other one, and then Anonymous. So here we go. I'm going to put these in the microwave oven for 2 minutes. Oh, you got to poke holes in these, otherwise they're going to break or something. I don't know. Okay. All right. While that's going, wrap yams 2 minutes. Let them sit. Those are going to be very, very hot. Trim the ends from the squash. Slice in half lengthwise. Scoop out seeds. Okay. It's time to work on our squash, guys. This is going to be the tough part. I'm going to remove this. And this. Oh, that's hot. Very kind of non-flattering angle of roast beef eating here. That's what we're all going to be doing with our Veggieducken pretty soon here. So let's pull out our squash. And it wants us to cut this sucker lengthways. I'm going to have to use some kind of a sharp knife for this, which I do have. I don't like to use sharp objects in the kitchen, but in this case, I don't think there's any way we're going to be able to avoid it. So what it's saying is that it wants to trim the ends from the squash and slice in half lengthwise. So we'll start with the end, and I don't know why they put these damn stickers on the thing that you're going to be eating. It drives me nuts, because now there's going to be some kind of toxic glue on our vegetable. Okay, it sounds like the yams are cooked. All right, let's take a look at what we're doing here. See if I can focus this a little bit. Okay. If you're just joining us, we're trying to make the Veggieducken, invented by Dan Pashman in 2012, and has ever since been a thing that people make when they don't want to make traditional turkey for American Thanksgiving. There we go. We've got the ends, and now we're going to get this thing in half, being very careful not to cut yourself, of course. I think I'm going to use a back and forth motion, because this thing really does not want to cut. Wow. I don't know what else you would use to cut this thing. Paper cutter or something. Does this knife suck or what? Oh boy. Oh man. I'm glad I'm not using the butter knife for this. I think that would probably take an hour. And we just don't have that kind of time. Cut it around this way. Okay. Whew, that's a workout. Okay, so we're going to need to scrape out the insides here. Let's do that. We need a plate of some sort, I guess. I know you guys probably have questions. I want to get to them, but this is requiring a lot of concentration. I think I have a moment now to chill. Double-edged board says, would the butter knife work for a butternut squash? That's a good point. Yeah, I think if you're using a butternut squash, you could probably get away with a butter knife since they're both the same substance. Utvol14, do you own a wood cutting axe? Yeah, that probably would have been good. Let's see. Ted Joker 4780, have you ever tried to squash your balls? I mean, have you ever tried squash balls? No, I haven't heard of that. Is that a game? delinquents, I made a couple of your recipes before, but every time I'm told that it tastes satanic. Oh, that might be our Halloween recipes. Are your recipes not religious friendly, or am I just a bad cook? Yeah, during Halloween we made a lot of scary things. And we've even made scary stuff after Halloween, I guess. But I'm not sure. Okay, so we've gotten a lot of the hair and the seeds out of this. I think overall we're looking okay today. I know that this is a very long, arduous recipe that we chose for today, but I wanted to do something that was very Thanksgiving-y. I know a lot of you guys are not in the U.S., but here in the U.S. we celebrate something called Thanksgiving, where we give thanks to each other. I guess it originally started with the Native Americans and the Pilgrims befriending each other on Plymouth Rock and killing a turkey and eating it as a way of showing that they both, at the end of the day, enjoyed the same things. And there's several cartoons and movies about it and such that you can watch. Microsoft Excel says they say a sharp knife goes where you want it, but a dull knife goes where it wants to. Is that because dull knives are undisciplined? I'm not sure I've heard that expression, but I know that today I had a shopping cart with a wheel that was broken. So it only really had 3 wheels. So that cart went where it wanted to. So in terms of blunt or sharp, I don't know if it translates to the same thing. This is very annoying, by the way. Fuck. I'm trying not to get it all over the place, but I don't think there's any way that we're going to be able to not do that. So here we go. Just want to get the hair out of there. I think that's called spaghetti. Actually, it just occurred to me, I think I have a spaghetti squash. Maybe. That's a different kind of squash than the one I was supposed to buy. But, so we might have a little spaghetti in there, I guess. Whew. Okay. Well, I don't think this stuff wants to go anywhere. Alienated Worker just resubscribed for 6 months. Thanks, Alienated Worker. Thank you very much. Good to have you here. If you're just joining us, we are making Dan Pashman's Veggieducken. Do a quick check-in on my cat roast beef. Make sure that he's okay. Not sure where he went. Oh boy. Sorry, yeah. He went back into the closet, so he's kind of made his appearance for the day. Beef check, yeah. Welfare check, beef check. Can I use spaghetti noodles as long as I squash them? Yeah, probably so. Archmage Kale says, hey Henry, I followed your advice from last stream when you said everything feels better after drinking alcohol. Did I say that? Yeah. I used to find driving boring before, but after following your advice, driving after a few drinks is much more fun, especially when I'm going max speed near elementary schools. Yeah, you know, sometimes I'll say stuff on here and I don't necessarily want for you to interpolate it as a piece of life advice. I'm just saying sort of what's worked for me. This coffee's cold. I might need a little warm up. I'm using Pete's coffee today. Pete's Major Dickinson's blend, which is a fine bold flavor of coffee. Okay, here we go. Enough farting around here. We've made the stable bottom by slicing about a 1/2 inch from one of the halves. Okay, we're going to press about 2 cups of the onion stuffing into the cavities of the bottom squash, making a hollow space in the center. What the fuck do they mean? Press about 2 cups of the onion stuffing into the cavity of the bottom squash, making a hollow space in the center. Okay, so I think they want us to just use one of the squash halves. But, you know, that's not practical. So I think I'm just going to use both. Here we go. A lot of what you're doing in the kitchen is improvising. Let's go ahead now and start putting our stuffing into our squash, like so. It looks like we're going to have just enough stuffing. Okay. So this part of the process is working out pretty smoothly, I would say. But remember, we're going to have to put yams and all kinds of other things in here. I think it wants us to hollow this out. I think I get it now. It wanted us to put a place for our yams. Okay? So that part is done. Line the hollow with 3 leek halves cut side up. Okay, so now we're going to start working with leeks. Cover the leeks with a thin layer of stuffing, pressing to create hollow for the yams. Okay, I think I know what we're going to do. So I think a lot of the problem that we're having is that I bought enough ingredients to make one of those big banana squash ones, but we have a small spaghetti squash. So we're going to be cutting a lot of our ingredients down. Let's start with leeks. I've never worked with leeks. I don't know exactly how you work with them actually, but we're going to do the best that we can. If I remember correctly, they look a little bit like a piece of celery. Let's see if we can focus this a little bit. So far, it seems to be just leaves. Has anybody used leeks? I think they're mostly from England, if I'm not mistaken. Is this the leek? What is this? That's the whole thing. That's it. Okay, so I think what they're saying is just put some of these in here. They took a real complicated way of just saying put your leeks in your stuffing. You know? A lot of times cooks try to keep regular people from being able to do their recipes by making it sound complicated, and I'm not really down with that. This is shit. I don't know. Maybe I had the wrong part of it, but that's terrible. It's like bitter. I'm hoping that when you cook leeks, they come out tasting better than that. Okay, we've done our leeks. And I'd say less is more when it comes to the leeks. Line the hollow with 3 leek halves. Cut side up, pressing firmly into the stuffing. Cover with thin layer of the stuffing, pressing. Lay the yams onto the hollow and cover with a thin layer of stuffing. Arrange the remaining leeks cut side down over the stuffing. Cover the leeks with another layer of stuffing, pressing into a mound about the size to fit into the remaining squash cavity. That's a lot of words. But basically I think what we're doing, does it say we need to cut our yams? Yeah, son of a bitch. We were supposed to peel these yams. Okay, I've got a technique that I use when it comes to the yams, and I'm going to be able to do this for you real quick. You cut off 4 sides, and you're probably going to have a lot extra here, but that's okay. You can use the extra. If you don't want to waste it, you can use it to water your plants. Okay, so we're going to take this and put that in there. And then we're going to do another yam and do a similar thing. We're going to cut the ends off. This is real cooking, you guys. If you want to sort of simulate a real cooking situation, you can pretend that you've got your entire family waiting for you and they're hungry, and you'll find that you wind up sort of cutting steps and making things a little bit more streamlined. Okay, there's that. I'm going to cover it with a little bit more stuffing, if we have any. Got a little bit. Now we're making a little bit of a mess here, unfortunately, but I think we're ready for just about our last step. Cover the stuffing with the remaining squash half. Press firmly to set in place. Transfer to a baking sheet for about an hour. Okay. It's hot. I don't know why it's hot. It's because it's sitting on the hot oven, I guess. Here we go. It's very hot. Okay. Basically what we're going to do is we're just going to take this thing. You know what? I think that we're only supposed to use one of the yams. And by the way, if anybody wants to know what this beauty looks like when we're done with it, it's going to look like that, which is going to be nice. There's no way both of these yams are going to fit on here, so I'm going to cut it even further. You just basically want yam all the way across. Cover this with a little bit more of our leek. I get it now. They wanted you to just be working with one side, but we're doing it a little differently. We're going to close it up this way so that we have a perfectly encapsulated squash, which has all of that shit inside of it. Hobby 8 says, damn, he's good. Yeah, you have to realize, guys, I've been doing this a very, very long time. I don't want you to try to do it and get a poor encapsulation and feel like you got to give up. But, you know, I've been cooking now for 11 years, and I've been teaching it for even longer. So Okay, let's go ahead and put this in our preheated oven. It's sliding a little bit. I don't want to lose it. Oh shit. The rack is all the way on the top. False alarm. The rack is all the way on the top, so there's no way it's ever going to fit, so I have to take that down. Okay. Thank you, Stormwave Zero, an alienated worker. Let's see if I missed any other ones here. Sharkabubba Kiki, Cringosaurus, Ari Cake 7. Okay, here we go. Yep. Son of a bitch. Okay. It happened. The bad thing happened. Okay, so this is not that bad actually. I've got this half here which fell on the rug, which isn't as bad as being on the floor. So I'm just going to rinse this. And when you cook it, any germs from falling on the floor will be cooked through. Okay. So let's then... I'm going to be putting... I have some fresh yam. Okay. Hold on a second. The problem is that the thing was very rolly, and you got to be very careful. If you want to take a look here at what I'm looking at here in my kitchen. Well, wait a second. That's not right. That's something happened here. Oh yeah, here we go. Okay. Yeah, so we've got our stuffing here. We lost some stuffing, and we also lost a little bit of our yam, I guess. So let's go into damage control mode. Fortunately, everything fell on the rug, so it's going to be easy to clean up. I'm going to just prep another one of our yams here. Fortunately, I've got this one. And we're just going to put that in there. So in a weird way, this actually kind of worked out, because this is the way we were supposed to do it, with only one side being a cover. I don't think we were supposed to fill up both sides. So there we have that. And then we've got this thing, which I don't think we used. So we're actually in good shape. Now I'm going to go ahead and cover this up again. Let's get rid of this other stuff. Uh-oh, this thing's leaking. What's that all about? All right. So what did we learn here? We learned that this thing has a circular shape, and it wants to roll off of the baking sheet. So we have to counterbalance that while we're trying to transfer it to the oven. Okay, but what we have here is our banana nut squash with our leeks toppled with our yams and covered, perfectly encapsulated, professionally. And now we're ready again to put this in the oven. Let's see here. You have to be so careful with this. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to hold it on the top like this. But then I'm worried about how this is going to be at the end. This is very rolly. Oh, this one cracked too. Shit. Oh, jeez, man. All right, you know what? I've got another idea. And this is something that it's an idea that is coming to me because I've been doing this a long time. But why don't we take this thing, hold it upright, and flatten one side of it so it doesn't roll. Oh. I think that's going to do the trick. Yeah. Yeah, this isn't going to roll anywhere. That's a great thing that I just did. Okay. Okay. And then what I'll do with this stuff here for now, I'm just going to take it away. And then we're going to clean that later. Actually, I can clean whichever part of it landed on the floor for now. Because I don't want roast beef getting into this stuff. I don't think it's good for them. But we're set. Okay, so let me... Alexa, how much time left on the timer?
There are no timers set.
Okay, yeah, we have to figure out how long we're going to put this in here. It's done when the wooden skewer sides... I don't know anything about wooden skewers. Let me take a look here. Oh, there's a, oh, geez, this is not my day. In number 8, it says, scoop out the seeds and any loose fibers using a large metal spoon. Make a stable bottom by slicing about a ½ inch from one of the halves. So that was already in the instructions and I missed it. So guys, it's very, very important to always look at all the directions, not just, and sometimes they cheat because they'll have like number 1, preheat the oven to 350 degrees. Number 2, pulse the garlic and onions. But then under number 2, it says push everything down. Well, you're doing 2 now. You just did 2 instructions in one number, which is bullshit. I mean, there's probably there's 11 instructions, but there's probably more like 33 or 40 if they keep putting them in there. So I missed that one completely. Cover the leeks with another layer. Okay, so what we're doing now, transfer to a baking sheet, bake for 1 hour. Alexa, set timer for 1 hour.
1 hour, starting now.
Covering loosely with foil if it browns too quickly. It's done when a wooden skewer slides easily into the center. So we're going to let it sit for 10 minutes after. Okay, so we've got some time for songs and maybe a little bit of games. Let me, boy, this is, I told you this one was going to be a real bear, and it was. Let me take a look at some of your comments here. I know you guys are probably just teeming with questions here. Kirislavius, you should flip the rug so you have the clean side and you don't have to worry about the other side. That's not a bad idea. Radmite, if people are following along at home, should we also drop the dish or should we skip that part? No, that was an accident. I did that totally by accident. Rage Master 999, tough day in the kitchen. Yeah, you said it, brother. That's or sister, I don't know, but yeah, it's you said it. Cook Le Dragon. How will you be celebrating Thanksgiving? Well, pretty much the way that I usually do. Cooking for myself. I don't think I'll be eating this dish for Thanksgiving. I'll probably... there's a place called Boston Market where you can pick up turkey sandwiches, and they've got a great dipping gravy along with stuffing, and it's already pre-made, so you don't have to do any of the shit that I'm doing right now. You just, when you cook for a living, you don't want to cook for yourself at home. It's similar to, they say, people like a janitor or something, you know, you would think, well, if you went to their bathroom at home, it would be spotless. It's actually the opposite. That's what they do for work. And so cooking for me is my work, and I'm very passionate about it. But when it comes to eating for an occasion like Thanksgiving, no way. I'm just going to go to Boston Market, and I'm going to get a turkey sandwich and dip it in gravy. Super Potatoes 1989 says, no Boston Markets near me. I can only get the frozen meals. Well, that's okay. Crazy Russ Doji says, what if I don't live in Boston? Are there markets in other cities? I'm not sure if this particular one is only in Boston or if it's in different places. Diabetes says, hey, Henry, why is the painting... oh, no. Is the painting upside down? It's upside down. Okay, let me go ahead and change that. It might have gotten upside down when the stuff fell. But, Archmage Kale, are you sure people will show up if I make this recipe for Thanksgiving dinner? They should. It's it's a variation on the old expression from the movie Field of Dreams. If you build a Veggieducken, the people will come. It's Kate X says, Henry, I think the painting is upside down now. Well, yeah, see, I'm going to tell you, I'm not a big art aficionado, so I don't really know if this painting is meant to be upside down, or if it's right side up or what. But yeah, people are saying it. Bill the Thrill says it feels off. So, you know what? I think we're actually right the first time. Oh, come on. Okay. I just stepped in all that shit. June the Ghost just subscribed to you. Stormwave has resubscribed. Alienated Worker. Okay, yeah, so we have a major problem here. Just a major stuffing situation, which sucks. I had it all on the rug, but then I just kicked it over. So I should have put it in a place where I wasn't going to be. That was dumb. That was on me, guys. I'm definitely at fault for that one. I'm not going to blame anybody else for that situation. Ted, the Zodiac Cruise just donated $5. Thanks, Ted. That's very nice of you. Maybe I can use that for a cleaning fee or something. All right, let's go ahead and do another song here. I might have to take off my shoes because I don't want to track stuffing throughout the whole house here. But I'm going to close the window. And we've got a couple other requests for songs. And I'm going to do the best I can. I spent so much time trying to prepare this dish that I really didn't get a chance to work on the songs very much. But you did have some great requests. Okay. So, Anonymous gifted a sub, so thanks, Anonymous. Let's see. Anonymous gifted a tier 1 sub to Yepcock. Ted the Zodiac Cruise. There was a message there and I didn't read it. So here, let's read it. Hey Henry, long time lurker, first time viewer. Hope you and your close ones have a wonderful Thanksgiving. I know I'll be meeting plenty of new people. Many won't be able to run. I mean move after I carve them. I mean carve the turkey. God bless. Thank you very much, Ted the Zodiac Cruise, and thanks for that $5 donation. And it will come in handy because there's going to be cleanup costs on this one. I'm going to borrow the roast beef cam here so that I can use it. Oh, here we go. Content isolation on the Discord wants to hear this song. This is a song that I can do. This request came into us at 12:53 p.m., so I think that's literally 1 minute ago. Content isolation wanted to hear a song called Classical Gas. I do it by ear, so I don't know if I'm doing it perfectly, but it's something like... something like that. I could have, with a little practice, I probably could have done that one better, but thanks. By the way, the place to request songs is going to be on the Discord channel, Henry's Kitchen Discord. Some other song. Caffey wanted to hear Van Halen's song. I just remember it when I was a kid, but we'll see if... Now summertime's here, babe, need something to keep you cool. Now summertime's here, babe, need something to keep you cool. Better look out now, Dave's got something for you. I'm your ice cream man. Stop me when I'm passing by. Oh my, I'm your ice cream man. Stop me when I'm passing by. See, all my flavors are guaranteed to satisfy. I can't find the notes. Got lemonade. Well, we'll cut to the big one. I got good lemonade, Dixie cup, all flavors and push-ups too. I'm your ice cream man. Stop me when I'm passing by. I got all my flavors and guaranteed to satisfy. That was a terrible version of it, but I tried. Oh boy, I couldn't find the note, and it's just, I think I'm tone deaf. It's a good thing I'm a good cook, because I don't think I'd have any self-esteem. Some other songs here. Caffey wants to hear this song. I've never tried to do this one, but I know how to play it, or I know how the song goes. So I'll try it. Having kind of a rough day here, I'm not gonna lie. I am just a poor boy, though my story's seldom told. I have squandered my resistance for a pocket full of mumbles, such are promises. All lies and jest, still a man hears what he wants to hear and disregards the rest. When I left my home and family, I was no more than a boy in the company of strangers, in the quiet of a railway station, running scared, laying low, seeking out the poorer quarters where the ragged people go, looking for the places they would never know. La la la, la 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 la, la 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 la. Did a little bit of that. Let's see what else we've got here. Okay, Psych Roll 1991. This is a great song. Boy, these are tough, and I'm probably an idiot for even trying these because it's kind of embarrassing, but. Now my girl, now my girl's so young and pretty, and one thing you know is true, you'll be dead before your time is due. It's a terrible thing to say to somebody. Watch my daddy in bed a-dying, watch his hair turning gray, he's been working, slaving his life away. I know it, he's been working hard, yeah, I've been working too, baby, every night and day, yeah, yeah, yeah. We gotta get out of this place, if it's the last thing we ever do. We gotta get out of this place, girl, there's a better life for me and you. Alright, that was, maybe I'll try to do one that I actually know. I mostly know songs by the artist Jose Suicidio, and sometimes I don't really even know those, but so why don't I just do a couple of verses of this little ditty, which is sort of the theme of the Henry's Kitchen show. Help me make it through the night, 'cause I am tired and alone. Help me make it through the night, 'cause I don't like myself anymore. I guess I'm just not interesting, I have no personality. I met a guy with cancer and he felt sorry for me. I'm always coming in last place and getting sand kicked in my face, but I guess that's just the way it's gotta be. And if you're at home, I want you to sing along with this last part. Help me make it through the night, 'cause I am tired, 'cause I am tired, alone and alone. Help me make it through the night, 'cause I don't like myself, 'cause I don't like myself anymore. So there you have that, and By the way, I don't know if I mentioned that the song that I did, The Boxer by Simon and Garfunkel, was requested by Kathy. Yeah, I think I did mention that. Okay, Alexa, how much time is left on the timer?
You have 44 minutes left on your 1-hour timer.
Okay. Well, as promised, I'd like to play a little bit of the game Stray that we've been playing here, and we're almost done with it, which is amazing. Let me see here. I'd like to set up the roast beef cam if possible, so give me a second and I'm going to see. He's in the closet, so it'll be difficult to see him, but okay, I think we have a little setup here. My cat roast beef is sleeping on a duffel bag on some clothes. So there we go. Duffel cat. I think it's time to go ahead and play our game Stray. So let's talk a little bit about the game. So my cat roast beef was a rescue. I have no idea what his life was like before our paths crossed, but I do know that it was probably fascinating. And this game Stray is about a cat that looks a lot like a young roast beef who loses the crowd that he's with because he slips and falls into a gutter and finds himself in this post-apocalyptic hellscape filled with robots and furry creatures, and but we're making it through, trying to get to the outside, and it's been quite a journey. Let me make sure that the audio is all good here. Check. Help. You guys hear that okay? Shisku says, my apartment is the size of a closet and my pillow is a duffel bag. Roast beef and I live similar lives. That's cool. That's really cool to hear. Are you guys still there? Help. Check. So a lot of times when I say help, it's because I want to test the quietest sound that the human voice can make, which is the H sound, and then the loudest, which is the P sound, the plosive, they call it. Okay, so let's go ahead then and get into our game. Where we were last, was that we oh yeah, we're in jail. So we're in kind of a bad situation here, and I want to call on some of my friends. I believe Elowith has played this game and a couple other people. So if there's ever a time when you feel like there's something I should do, please let me know. And I also want to thank Debbie Webby 86 for cheering 10 bits. That's very nice of you. Also, Gorv has resubscribed, and I believe there were some other ones too. So hold on real quick. I want to see, make sure I'm not forgetting anybody. Anonymous, yeah. Okay, so thank you guys for that. And so yeah, let's get back into it. Let's resume. Okay, so we're in jail. That's what this chapter's called. Looking around, none of my controls are really doing anything. Roast beef behaves and he does community service. He can get out early. So you can see we've got roast beef on the bottom. So this is him dreaming about what's going on. Okay. I can move back and forth. Ah, okay. Maybe if I can swing it back and forth, I can break the cage and be free. It only works when I go with the gravity. There we go. Ah, I'm free. Pretty cool. What do we got there? A red light. Looks like we want to get into this thing. But of course we can't. That would be too easy. We can swing on that thing. Get in this way. Once again, we're in jail. Okay. Can't do much here. So maybe I can do something from this one. Oh, I see. Okay. Panelly just resubscribed for 4 months. Watanabe says, Henry, how are you so good at everything you do? Well, I'm good at cooking because I've been doing it a long time, but gaming, you have to understand, my generation in the 1980s was the gaming explosion. You know, we had games like Missile Command and Asteroids, and I do have to say, if back in those days we were able to catch a glimpse of what video games would one day become in the future, like what we're doing right now, our heads would have exploded, or we would have shat our proverbial pants. What's happening in here? There's a guy getting tortured or something? That's weird. Oh boy. Okay. So it's like the animals say, we got to get out of this place. How do we do it? Shit. All right. There's got to be something. Oh, I see. A lot of times with these air conditioners, you can jump on them. There we go. All right, now we've got these things. So if I get into that light, then they come after me and kill me. So I have to kind of memorize the pattern, and it doesn't look like I can pass that one. So I'm going to go onto this thing. What's that guy? Uh-oh. coming toward me. Oh boy. One to here. Dead guy, I guess. I'd go into this. Another dead guy. Okay, so it looks like they're killing robots in here. Gotta stay away from that. Oh shit. Oh, and the boxes you can jump into if you have trouble. Oh, uh-oh, fuck. Alright. I was able to jump into that box. Quanto, roast beef is loading again to hide the video. Oh. That's funny. I thought we had already done that. Quanto has given us some technical advice. Thank you, Quanto. So, is it fixed now? Roast beef is not buffering anymore. Hey, it looks like Panely has resubscribed, and Gorf, thank you. Yep. Quanto MVP is right. All right, thank you. Okay, so now I got to figure out how to get out of this box. Now I'm turned around. Where did I come from? Oh, I already was here. Shit. Jump in the box. Oh, this guy doesn't reach this far. I think I'm safe for a second. There's a staircase over there. Uh-oh. Oh boy. Oh, I'm on the other side of that other guy. Okay. Well, this isn't doing me any good. Ah, there we go. Oh, there we go. This is the robot that I was with before we got separated. Archmage Kale says young roast beef was an agile daredevil, it would seem. Yes, definitely seems that way. Borsenvin says, no wonder roast beef is so tired. Yeah, no, he's exhausted. Uh-oh, what did I miss here? I probably should have been paying attention to what they said. Did anybody just see what just happened? This is why I'm not a great gamer. I get distracted easily and my brain works very slowly. Magic Clouser says you need to Alt F4. Okay, well, let's see. Can you turn down 4-watt settings a bit? Wow, there's it's starting to get into some other stuff here. Oh, so no. Okay, it sounds like Alt F4 was a mistake. Okay. I'm just going to keep exploring around here, I guess. If I can fit through that one. Alexa, how much time left on the timer?
You have 29 minutes left on your 1 hour timer.
I'm very excited about our dish that we're going to be making. Yeah. Okay. Somebody a long time ago playing this game told me that you, generally speaking, well, with games in general, you want to search for the lighted spots. Ah, I get it. I have a key now that I can use to open up my robot's cell. Okay. So let's go back around here. Nice. Oh, I don't have my my jetpack on with my drone thing, so that's a problem. June the Ghost says, "What is roast beef's favorite food, Henry? Have you cooked for the beef boy before?" Yeah, no, I've never cooked anything for him because I'd be worried about giving him something toxic. So I pretty much just go with the store-bought kibbles type thing. So I can't understand what she's saying because I need my robot to translate it. Archmage Kill says, "My friend Forsen is neither good at cooking nor video games. Should we be worried about his self-esteem?" Yeah, no, absolutely. It not being good at stuff, in my case, uh-oh, what's going on now? Oh, that's the robot, I think. Is there a way to get down there? I wonder if I can trip, no, this one's too smart for me to trip. Okay. Baku says, "Is your character a boy or a girl kitty?" Well, if it's roast beef, it's a boy kitty. I just got told something. So that looks like something that we would normally open, but I can't do it without my thing. So Clementine is telling me to go somewhere here. Any soda in this thing? Oh, here we go. So I gotta get to that. I can't see it. Oh, now it's got those red laser things. You can't get in those laser things. I learned the hard way last time. But we can swing over it apparently. Oh. This one's moving. Oh boy. Uh-oh. Oh, shit. I think I got in the box just in time to avoid getting killed by that thing. Sorry about the language. I'm not going to jump out just yet. That was crazy. Okay. It looks like I'm safe as long as I'm behind this desk. Or even above it. I can get behind those boxes. This is hairy. Get up on that thing? I gotta get in this thing. Oh boy. Alright. Yeah, thanks, Borsenvin. This is, once I found out that you can jump into a box to safety, I was pretty good. But there have been times when I've been running from the drones and still got killed even though I jumped into the box. So I think I just made it just in time. Okay, we got this guy. It looks like I can get to that room over there and be safe. I can't see anything. Ah, we got a lever here. Okay, so I guess I've shut down the protection. Uh-oh. I gotta get in there and get that computer. If I get behind the wall. Wow, this one's going to be tricky. Can I get under? Looks like I can get behind those boxes. Oh shit. Nope. Did I die? Ah, shit. Whew. That sucks. Alexa, how much time left on the timer?
You have 20 minutes left on your 1 hour timer.
20 minutes. Alright, I'm going to try to do it again. Ping Pong Pamela says, you can do it, Henry. Thanks. Yeah, I think I can do it. I think I got a little cocky there because I had gotten away with it before. Yeah, if that was roast beef, you're right, Aaron Eli. That would be really sad. Fortunately, roast beef, if you look at the camera there, he doesn't look like he's very fazed by it. Oh, it's going to make me start all the way back here. Okay, we're going to speed run through this. Where do we go? Shit. Oh yeah. where I almost died before. Part's not too hard. Okay. MTP1213 says, nice fat pussy, Henry. Yeah, you're probably talking about roast beef, who's definitely a pretty big cat. Can I get in on that side? Oh boy. I think I'm safe as long as I'm behind these things. Okay. I need to get the computer off of that platform. I have to look for the parts where I can be safe. It looks like if I get underneath that thing, they can't see me. I don't think. Gotta lurk in the shadows. So how do I get that thing without dying? I guess I could grab it and then go back underneath this thing. Oh shit. Oh boy. Terrifying. I got it. Now I gotta get out of here. Oh boy. Basically just gonna go back the way I came. Oh, I guess all the lasers got shut off throughout. So creepy that it's right there, but it only goes to the floor, I guess. This one's going to be hard. This is bad. How do I pass that? Well, okay. Gonna have to see what's around here. I might die again, which means, uh-oh. No, no, don't kill me, no. Oh, shit. I did it. Okay. So now I'm kind of back where I started but I didn't die. Okay. I gotta figure out where to go. I'm gonna look at some of your comments here and see if anybody knows. It's a railing and a window. Good thing the sentinels are dumb. Yeah, they are. There's a pipe on the side. Oh. Where I was, there was a pipe? Wait, I'm going to try to get back to what you're talking about. Oh, I see what you're talking about. Yeah. Oh. I don't think it saw me. I see that pipe. Thanks, Eloith. Yeah, very smart. This is terrifying. There's Clementine. Okay. Zombie Dog with AIDS says, "Hi, just wanted to say that you inspired me to become a chef. Thanks a lot." Well, I'm glad to hear that, Zombie Dog. All right, we got our guy back. This is great. I felt like I was trapped in my lab's computer system again, all alone. But you came back for me. I can't believe it. You're a good friend. I'm so glad that we're all together again, but we're not safe yet. We need to find a way out of here. We got to get out of this place, basically. That seems to be the theme song. We need to find a way out of here. Can you open that door just there? Well, I think we probably can. I'm getting to where I can drink coffee and move at the same time. Oh, what's this now? Astrowrath the Grim says you should get another kitty and name it Horseradish. Yeah, well, that's probably going to have to happen at some point. Oh, did Roast Beef leave? Oh, here he is. Hold on a second. Okay, Alexa, how much time left?
You have 10 minutes left on your 1 hour timer.
Okay, so we got to get to the other side of this thing. Wow, we've got 10 minutes left, and we're gonna have delicious Veggieducken, Henry's fucking Veggieducken, which is a play on words. Looks like there's something up there. Oh, I can do my cat superpower. Knock over the bricks. What's going on here? And throw it. Oh, nice. So how do we get up there? Ah. Nice. Ah, another switch. What's going on with roast beef over there? Got bored of his food. This is one of the few times, oh, sorry, wrong camera. This is one of the few times that roast beef is up and moving around and stuff, so. Those sentinels are blocking the way again. They will spot me instantly. Maybe you can try to bait them into those cells and lock them in. What's this? Do you see that guy on the ground? He was rebooted. I don't want to lose my memory. I'm so scared. Don't know what he's talking about. Oh, that guy. This recovery center has done the greatest good. My mind is clear and lucid. I'm an exemplary citizen now. Gotta talk to my robot thing. If we trap the sentinels in the cell, we could help Clementine pass through the courtyard. How do we do that? Oh, I see. I can fit through this. So if I can lock it in there. So I guess I have to step into the light and let it chase me. See if this works. Oh shit. Oh shit. Ah. That didn't work. Oh boy. Kyo John says, can you use the tall grass as camo? Let's see. Oh yeah, like that. Or maybe in here. Oh, I see. I think if I can get behind here, I'll be safe. The dark usually is. Alright, let's just do this. Fortunately, it doesn't go back. Oh boy. Oh shit. Nope. Ah, this is terrifying. Okay. Oh, I did it. I think we locked it in there. I don't remember closing the door, but it seems to have worked. Where's our robot now? Oh. Oh, maybe the robot closed the door. I don't know what happened. Thanks, Borsenvin. Let's see what's going on with the real roast beef here. I think he's in the bathroom. Alexa, how much time left?
You have 4 minutes and 50 seconds left on your 1 hour timer.
Wow. Okay. I think I just did a big time gamer move, and I'll be completely honest with you. I'm surprised that worked out. I don't remember trapping the guy in there. But we've got more of the same here, it looks like. Oh boy. It's really hard to get him to sit in the same damn place. He arrives. Okay. What do we got? Stand behind the wall. Above the wall. Oh boy. Okay, I think it's the same thing except for we have two of them now. Terrifying. I have to step into those. So close to it. Okay, I'm just gonna go for it. Come get me. Come get me. Now come the other way. And no. Yikes. I thought we had him. Oh, now we got this guy. Wow, this is terrifying. I've got one of them in there. Oh boy. Oh. Okay. X. I think I got him. Terrifying. All right, let's get our robot. What are we doing now? Stay alert, we're not in the clear yet. Disparate intern, are you playing video games in the kitchen wearing an apron? Mom is going to be pissed. Yep. Kind of brings back memories. Super Fro. Henry, I would love if you grew your beard out for Christmas, then you could look a little like a real Kris Kringle. Yeah, I want to address that. Thank you. As we're waiting for the last couple of minutes here, I am going to be growing a beard. What you're seeing here is not laziness, it's actually activity. I'm actively trying to grow a beard. Alexa, stop. I hope that's not going to be offensive to anybody. I know beards can sometimes... Alexa, stop. Sometimes beards can be off-putting to people. They can be triggering. I just want you to know, if I do have a full beard for Christmas, it's going to be the same me underneath the beard. It's just something I'm trying with my appearance, because you got to try different things. Popular Metal has just resubscribed for 2 months. Thanks, Popular Metal. Okay, let's take a look at what we've got here. it looks the same as when we put it in there, so I'm going to go ahead and leave it in there a little longer. And let's play more of the game. She keeps saying the same thing. So what can we do? Ah, there's always some way. Oh, hey, what's going on? Uh-oh. This door, it's the only way out of this jail. I think we can open it from that control room. We have to find a way to access that room. Let's look around. And then it says the same thing. Okay, well, I think we could probably do this. Okay. Lord Dick on Manwoody just resubscribed for 5 months. Thank you, Lord Dick on Manwoody. I assume that's a reference to Woody, the Toy Story character. What was this? Why? Oh yeah, why not just scratch in the middle of this adventure? Truck. Can I open it? Ah. We're in luck. They've left the keys in the door. Wow, that's convenient. Hop on the back of the truck. You should be able to jump over the fence to access the secure area. Oh boy. Whoa. That worked like a charm. Excuse me. All right. There's this thing. Uh-oh. We triggered some shit here. Uh-oh. Drones galore. How did I get out of here? I'm gonna go after the truck. Holy shit. This game's pretty fucking amazing. I gotta say. It's like you're watching a movie, but you're playing it. This is all the stuff that we've seen here. This might be a time to take out our Veggieducken. There's no way we'll all make it, and the Sentinels are on our tail. I can distract them for a little while, but you have to go. The Outsider's manifesto says we must go outside at any cost. Roast beef is sad. I don't know where the real roast beef is. You're one of us now. It's not that everyone has to get to the outside, but one of us has to. Subway key. Oh shit. I feel like I've been here before. Alright. I think this is probably a good place to save it. Oh, I always wanted to do that. Alright. There's a Subway. Okay, yeah, I think this is a good place to save. How do I do this here? Do I have to do anything to save it, or do I just, if I quit, then it saves? I hope I don't have to go back, but we'll see. Alright, well that was very exciting. Here we go, guys. It's time. Falcan says, now you probably just get a checkpoint, you can quit. Okay, good, because I don't want to have to do all that stuff. I think we got pretty lucky. Alright, let's check out our fucking Veggieducken. I'm excited. Kind of. Definitely going to need a pot holder for this. Oh, I thought I turned that off, but I didn't. Oh, it's heavy. And hot, too. I'm going to use another. This is hot, too. Okay. Alright. Let's see what we've got to work with here. Yeah, and I stepped in that crap again. I've got a lot of cleanup to do here. But anyway, this is our Veggieducken. And what we're going to do is we're going to grab our knife. Probably use the oven mitt. Oh, it's cutting much easier now. Yeah. I think this is going to be good. Boy, you got to be careful. It really slides around there. But I'd say for the most part, what we have here is a definite Veggieducken situation. Nothing wrong with that at all, except for maybe it's not quite cooked enough, but that's okay. See how we're doing against our example pick. You know, obviously they've got their trick photography and everything like that, but I'd say for the most part, what we have is every bit as awesome looking. And let's see, bring it into the foreground a little bit more. This is the beauty shot. Let's put it on a plate and start eating it, guys. I just stepped in the stuffing. I got stuffing all over the damned floor, which sucks. I guess I'm just going to cut off a little piece of this. Got some spaghetti. I think the spaghetti squash was actually a good idea. I'm going to try that leek again now that it's cooked, and hopefully that's better. But if you guys eat leeks, I mean, what the hell is going on with that? wasn't very good. I think the stuffing is probably going to be the star of our show here. But anyway, I'm going to, this is probably a good smattering. Well, no, I think I need a little bit of sweet potato. The sweet potato is still very hard. I thought it would cook more. Oh, it's not even hot. Oh boy. I think it's because it was inside and it kept it from cooking. But here we go. Everyone, happy Thanksgiving, early Thanksgiving, U.S. Thanksgiving to you. I know that Thanksgiving happens on different dates for different geographies. But we're going to have ours tomorrow, and I'm going to go to Boston Market and get a turkey sandwich with some gravy dip. And let's see how this tastes. Okay. Let's try some of the squash. Kalamazoo Dog says, I feel like I can taste it through the screen. Thank you, Henry. Awesome. Well, you know, whether it tastes good or not is always sort of up to the individual, and it's not even a very important way of judging food. Look, we sat down here and we made a Veggieducken, and it was a pain in the ass. A lot went wrong. I have a lot of cleanup to do. I've got stuffing all over my floor that I keep stepping on and spreading it everywhere. I think roast beef is right to go back into the closet, but you know, while we were waiting for it to bake, we played Stray for a whole hour, which flew by because it's an amazing game, and I think we're getting toward the end. Did some songs. That squash thing, I don't think you're supposed to eat the peel of it. No. I don't think you're supposed to eat that at all. I think it's probably like a cup that you got to peel out or eat out of or something. I don't know. It's, you know what, they're trying. But overall, I'm going to say that I don't think that this dish is really very good. And I don't want to offend anybody or whatever, but I think we did it pretty much exactly by the directions. But I am going to have more of that stuffing because the stuffing actually is pretty good. I hope that's not the stuffing that fell on the floor. Well, the stuffing really is good. If you make this, just eat the stuffing and maybe get a store-bought stuffing. Peculiar Peepo says, if I don't have a butter squash, can I use a normal squash and a stick of butter? Yeah, butter squash just means the butter's already in it. Archmage Kale, all the vegans are going to get triggered. Careful, Henry. Well, there's look, there's nothing wrong with this dish on the surface of it. I don't think that's going to happen. I have a lot of good friends that are vegan. And generally speaking, as long as you approach them very slowly and don't try to make it look like you're trying to take over their territory or don't startle them, they will be very friendly. It's just when they feel like either their young ones are threatened, or if you're trying to intrude on their territory, they go into the fight or flight response. Raziel's Lament, I rather eat the meat only version of this recipe. Okay, well that's always an option too. Toby5252 says, don't pressure them in a corner. Yeah. Archmage Kill says, "Hey Henry, I read your stream title and was wondering when the fucking starts." No, that's fucking is a term that can be used for all kinds of different things, not just literal. Twigs KC says, "If cows are only grass fed, does that make them plant-based meat?" Possibly, yeah. Anyway, thanks again to everybody. And thanks for watching Henry's Kitchen and supporting, and just we've been on an incredible journey here. I hope everybody has a great holiday if you're celebrating a holiday this week, like we are here in the U.S. And if not, we've all got Christmas coming up. There's going to be a lot of Christmas stuff starting on Sunday. Sunday, we've got some special surprises. So thanks everybody for joining us, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your week. And just generally speaking, I want to tell you how much I appreciate you viewing. And now it's time for me to get to the worst part of cleaning, and that's of cooking, and that's the cleaning. I've got a lot this time. So enjoy, everybody. Thanks for joining us here on Henry's Kitchen.